Hey guys, it's Jeff Hartman, NeptuneBearing.com, and today I want to show you this Tony tool. Now I've drawn a picture up here for you. We got the rear bearing, we got the front bearing, and we got the spacer. This is inside your hub on your Neptune washer, and what happens is this spacer is sandwiched between the front bearing and the back bearing. And what this tool does is when you put the tool in here, you'll thread this nut on here. It's a special nut, so when you start turning this tool, it'll actually pull out this back bearing. It'll hit the inner race on the back bearing, which is smaller, and then it'll pull that out. And of course, your spacer will fall out too. And the tool includes it's a PVC knockout plug. You put that back in there, and then use a sledgehammer to knock that front bearing out. And you want to put something in front of the washer, like a cardboard box or something, because that bearing could go flying out of there. And you want to make sure that no one is in front of the machine when you're pounding on that bearing. And I do have some other notes inside the email that you get for the ebook. It's got some tips on there on getting that front bearing out if you have trouble. Now, it's always best to catch the bearings early, because what happens, you have the aluminum hub and then you have a steel bearing. So when you have steel and aluminum and you get it wet, you get a natural corrosion for dissimilar metals. So it's best to catch that early. Now, when you go to put the bearings back in, you'll actually put in the back bearing first, and then we have a PVC spacer holder. Now this is just generally how it works. Here's the spacer. You put that on like that, and then you have your front bearing collar. This holds the front bearing. And the nice thing about these collars, they keep the bearings parallel. Because if you are tapping on a bearing and you tap on the inner race and you're trying to put it inside a hub, you can damage the bearing. And so the nice thing about the Tony tool is it does keep your bearings flush. And then when you pull in that front bearing, it'll sandwich the spacer in between the two bearings. Now, before you start to pull in that front bearing, I want you to check your bearing seat that's in the aluminum of the hub. Because sometimes when you have a tough bearing to get out of there, when that thing does finally come out, it will smear that aluminum, or it'll distort the aluminum and make a bump or a ridge. And you want to make sure there's no bumps or ridges on that surface, because that will keep that new bearing from going in properly. So I always, in my ebook, I say, you want to check that surface really close to make sure that you don't have a high spot. If you do, you can take like a Dremel and grind it, or some emery cloth and sand it down, and that will make sure that new bearing goes in properly. Now, for the tool rental, I mean, it does save you some time, because you have to come up with a way to keep that spacer centered while you draw on that front bearing. So that's why it adds a lot of value on the tool rental. Plus, it does have a DVD. It shows how to do everything step by step. And this tool will work on all the machines that have a solid door panel. Now, when they went to the glass door, if you have a glass window in your door, that's the new style. You have two half shells for your tub, and you can't use the tool for that setup. But you can use it for all the earlier models with the solid door panel. Even if it's at a laundromat, there's some commercial rated Neptunes. They have a solid door panel. This tool will work on those as well. Now, if you have a timer knob, the other thing is the wax motor. Here's the two wax motors. This one here is the original faulty one. It's got the brown tip. The new design has the black tip. When you open up your machine, you want to make sure you have this one in there. If you have a standalone Neptune with a timer knob, it's original, you haven't changed anything, you'll have the bad wax motor in there, and it will fail, and it'll damage your machine control board, which is located up behind the timer on that top console section. You want to replace this wax motor, and the black tip is the new design. It's easy to change. I've got a video, you'll get a link to it. And let's go look at the website, NeptuneBearing.com. Now this will change. I change the videos occasionally, and also the special. I'm running a December special right now for half off the boot and belt. So you go to click order. Yeah, click on to order, and then you go down here for the tool rental. you'll click here to read the tool rental agreement. You click on that. And go ahead and read the tool rental agreement. And then on the left side, you should see this Add to Cart button. When you click on that, it should open up a new window and take you into PayPal Secure Server. And you got Neptune bearing tool rental, bearing, spacer, and seal kit. And what you want to do, see, this does include the spacer. So I get some customers that will order the tool rental plus they order the spacer by itself. And you don't need that because you get a spacer with the tool rental at no cost. Now, if you want to add the, let's say you want to add the belt. Well, you click on Continue Shopping, and it takes you back to the site, but you have to go back to the To Order page. And then you go down, and there's the belt, Neptune belt, $26. At this time, we'll go add that to cart. Now we should see both. We got the tool rental, and then we've got the belt. Now we're ready to check out. You hit checkout. Now, if you have a credit card, you got to do checkout as well. But see, it's showing total is $421, and then here it says pay with a debit or credit card, because some people don't want to use their PayPal. Maybe they don't have money in their PayPal. They want to use a credit card. So you click on that link, and then this should bring up the credit card form. You put in your name, address, your phone number. Make sure you got a good email, because I'm going to send you an email with a link to a service manual. You can download that service manual, and it gives you a lot of diagnostic information, how to take the machine apart, all kinds of information. And once you complete the checkout, you'll be put in the queue. And if you go to the home page, usually I update this at the bottom. It says right now it's running about 4 days before I can ship you a tool. Now, this is only good for US, but it is good for all 50 states, because I ship these out priority mail flat rate. They come in a medium box, and that way I can ship to Alaska and Hawaii, and it doesn't cost any additional funds. So I can't ship to Canada because of the the duties and the time it takes to get across the border. I've done it in the past, and it ties up the tools too long, so I haven't really focused on the Canadian right now. So if you have any other questions, you can check out my FAQ page, which is this link right here. Click on that. And one common question is the credit card. If you use a credit card, your refund will go back toward that credit card. It won't go into like a PayPal account or anything. Whatever card you use, it goes back. So I get that question a lot. And you can check out these FAQs. So again, this is Jeff Hartman with NeptuneBearing.com, and I'm also known as the Neptune Man. Thank you, and I hope you guys have an outstanding day.